I got confetti on my keyboard. I don't know where it came from, but there's confetti on my keyboard.
It
What is
probably
that?
came
Stripper
out of
glitter?
It came off of that tree skirt you were wearing for Christmas.
It probably was,
It's-
honestly.
It's stripper glitter.
Don't tell Ashley.
It was under boob. It's stuck to an under boob.
When we play on AG servers, that we said that all his everybody in his lobbies were fueled by stripper glitter and cocaine.
Yeah, it's true.
Bunch of
They're all
sweats.
cracked out sweats, dude. Those servers were like, you never like one match you could get like, oh, this is chill, and then the next match is like cocaine fueled, fucking rage inducing lobby.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell, dude?
Feel like you're playing against
Pros.
pro players who just barely missed the circuit.
Yeah, it's because these
You're
guys
like-
are yeah.
Like, this guy's good enough to be on CDL, but doesn't know the right people type of players.
Yeah.
It's fucking bullshit.
Yeah. He's like, I don't. What's CDL?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me do another line, and then he pops
No,
your
I don't have a-
Adderall,
I don't
just
have
coke.
a-
That's what they're doing.
I don't
He
have a
mixes fucking
commercial
Adderall
driver's
and Coke.
license.
A what
He
license?
mixes Adderall and Coke.
Commercial.
Dude, I think they were crushing it up together.
That's what I'm saying. He was doing
Yeah.
Adderall and Coke, mixing it shit together,
They're
bro.
crushing it
And
up
then,
together. Mainline
With a
it.
side of meth, mainline lined meth.
Yeah, probably drinking a Red Bull or something, or a Bang. Fucking, just, your heart's about to explode, my guy. You're sweating and licking your lips like crazy. You got to stop. Put the game down.
Got the,
Yeah.
the G Fuel drip, IV
People be
drip next to him.
Why are you blinking so much, bro? You look clammy.
That motherfucker probably not blinking. He's probably just
Yeah. He's just clammy, licking his lips, all sweaty looking. Looks like he's about to have a heat stroke.
Mid gunfight, he throws it down and goes, peeks out the window.
Yeah. Why you got foil on your window, bro? That's weird.
Jesus.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. TikTok. Banned, not banned.
I
Political
posted, I
stuff.
posted a
Come
video.
on.
I posted
Political
a video
stuff.
from the shitter on TikTok today.
From
yeah,
the
that's what I
shitter?
said. I said that you were late because
We're
you
on
were probably
TikTok.
still on the shitter watching TikTok.
Yeah,
Wait. You made a video while you were sitting on the shitter?
Yeah,
For yourself?
100%. I was actually taking a shit when I made it.
And what did you say in it? Can we watch it?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
That's
You gonna
fine.
pull it up, Rebel?
Yeah, let's watch it.
I don't give a
I didn't even
I don't give a
see it.
fuck.
I haven't logged into. I posted a video and I haven't logged back in. So
Yeah, I don't give a shit. Go give it some love.
yeah, let's do it. Let me know when you got it. We'll take a look at it and stuff. So
That was literally like right after that shit came back online. That Rebel liked it like right as I fucking
because
posted
it was
shit.
literally the first video popped up when it came back.
you're shitting.
Literally.
you should have paused and
This is a
went.
live look in now that TikTok is working again. My wife is never gonna see me. This porcelain throne is so comfortable.
Should've
Well,
just
y'all,
flushed
that was
after
it. Yeah, I should have, but I was just like, all right, fuck it.
that. Say a word, just like.
Yeah, I was like,
Oh, you actually posted while you were pooping. That's great.
oh, 100%.
It's outstanding.
So what's funny is a lot of time on the weekends with Justin or Mercedes or whatever, like, cause I literally like will snap back and forth just for the streak, right? And
what
most
is
of the
this,
time
on
I'm on
Snapchat?
the yeah,
Oh, okay.
and I will send them a good morning text while I'm on the shitter, or snap while I'm on the shitter.
Really?
It's just a picture. It's the same look that's on TikTok.
You know, it would have been funnier if you if you like paused in the middle of your talking and just went, and then kept talking.
Yeah.
Well, guys,
You could put a sound
TikTok's
effect
back.
in there for yourself, you know?
All right, I'll go make another one here in a
Just a
little
little
bit.
plop sound.
After the podcast, I'll go make another one and do some funny shit with it. But I'll actually have real noise, bodily fluid noises,
A lot of plop
instead of
sound.
adding into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
make sure you flush at the end, though.
You can just add in
Yes.
so we know it's fake.
And reported.
You know what's crazy is the real noise would probably go fucking viral.
Maybe. Just let out like one of those reverberation farts and it hits the porcelain bowl and just fucking woo.
Yeah. So much louder.
And then make a face whenever after the stench hits.
Who invented that? You fart in that bowl and it just fucking amplifies the sound, dude. Yeah.
That's called acoustics, man.
Yeah, that's why you don't ever poop at anyone's house, because you're like, you can't hold it. You just try to cover it up with a flush or something. It don't work. Yeah.
I just turned the sink on.
I
You
just
think
let
that-
it ride.
You think that actually works?
Then you're looking for some potpourri spray and can't find any. You're like, shh.
Yeah, and then there's no toilet paper. You're like, son of a bitch.
So, yesterday we went and helped my niece move into her first apartment with her fiance, and her mother, which is my sister. We were about to leave, and she's like, "Hold on, I need to go to the restroom before." And I was like, "Hold on, before you close that door," and I just farted into the bathroom with her in it before she closed the door.
Oh my god.
That's
Oh,
Yeah.
That's brotherly love right there.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Even as grown adults.
yeah. You need like a video that's like the Dumb and Dumber video when Harry's like getting ready to go out on the date and he needs to use the bathroom real quick and then he finds out the toilet's broken. He's just in there like blowing it up because he took all that laxative
Feet
and
out
shit.
and everything. Yep.
Oh.
No, what I like to do is whenever I'm taking a shower and Ashley fucks up and comes into the bathroom or whatever,
Oh yeah.
I will let a good one fucking rip.
It clings onto the steam particles. and just-
It clings onto that stem.
And
Or if
leaves
she's
it,
in the-
leaves it, pushes it
Yeah.
down,
Or-
around nose level.
Or if she's in the bedroom too, like I'm like, yeah, that's a good one.
There's literal fecal matter attaching itself to water droplets and floating around your
I-
bathroom.
I just wash myself off. Again. It's
Oh,
fine.
it's
I got a
fucking
cleaning lady.
hilarious.
She comes every week. It's fine.
Speaking of, they said, I don't know if it's true, but Neil
Fucking
deGrasse
bougie.
Tyson said that every glass of water has the same molecules that pass through the kidneys of like Julius Caesar and fucking like all these old people, those molecules have passed through the kidneys of ancient humans.
I think that's I understand what he's saying because all the water goes
Yeah.
back into the water table and back out, comes
Yeah.
filtered, and we drink it back again, right? But like, I don't know. That's kind of a stretch if you're not close to that area. I would think,
Well, but I mean, on the molecular level side of it,
Well, maybe, but like, he's saying the water molecules that Caesar drank when he was alive and then pissed back out or whatever went back into the water table over there and then filtered itself out and then was re-extracted for more human consumption, eventually made it to like the United States.
not to the United States.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think
stretch,
everybody.
but-
I think he's
Well, I'm
he's
not
stretching
saying
it.
like it's. Oh, I did say Julius Caesar. I'm just saying from ancient humans. Every
yeah.
water molecule that we have on Earth has passed through the kidneys of ancient humans.
So he's saying the water molecule, every water molecule on Earth has been recycled enough, or it's been long enough to have been recycled through that someone else from an ancient history had drank it at one point or another. That's what he's saying. I can get down with that.
Or I would think once a water filtration recycling system came about, I don't think it would be, from people just drinking out of fucking rivers and shit. Because I mean,
But
once
it's
it passes
still
through
the
the body, well, but I mean, once you do, I don't know.
I mean, there's only
Still,
so much
Over
water.
time,
molecule.
the molecules will break down. Yes, if it's urine, but I don't know.
Well, no, it's water isn't.
Yeah, they're not. As long as they don't separate hydrogen and oxygen, it's still the same molecule throughout.
I don't know.
history,
That I want to do some research on that one. That one seems
There's
interesting.
okay. Here's my. I think that it's finite. Like you can create water with, hydrogen and oxygen, right? Atoms.
Yeah.
But the amount of atoms and mass and all those things that are in our atmosphere are finite. There's only a certain amount of them, so
Yeah, I don't know.
there's a limited amount of water that could be made or had on the earth, I suppose.
All right, I'm gonna go find some really, really smart people, some physicists that might want to break
Get
this
us-
down in a scientific form, and we're gonna have them on as a guest. How's
Biologists
that?
and shit.
Find one that's super smart, bring them on so they can just baffle us with their bullshit or dazzle us with their fucking brilliance. One of the two.
No, we're gonna find out that we're fucking dumb as shit. Is what we're gonna find out. Guaranteed.
Well, we are.
We're okay. We are dumb in their area of expertise, whereas we are smart in our own areas of fucking.
Well, that's what I'm
expertise.
saying. We are gonna feel really dumb. But you know
Yeah.
what? Fuck it. We're gonna do that. Why not?
That's that one. Let's do it, man. We could find one. Do it.
I really want to get a lawyer on, just for us to say some really out of pocket shit and find out if it's legal or not.
Okay.
That would be fun,
Um,
especially after
Okay.
a few drinks. Oh, I know a couple of lawyers. Don't worry about that.
that are willing to buy their time
Yeah.
for free.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I think
I'm gonna
this
call
will be
Jim
fun.
Adler.
They
What
have
are you
a
gonna call?
Jim Adler, the Texas Hammer.
they have a different side of them. So yes.
Call JG Wentworth.
Yeah.
That's the money guy.
Yeah.
That's the 877 cat now, bro. Come on
Maybe
now.
he can get us some money.
All right. Get us a sponsorship opportunity,
I think that if we should get a guest on that will just completely baffle us with their their level of expertise and whatever their field they have is,
Dude, I am so hardcore trying to get my 06 on this thing.
Like I could sit here and break down aviation shit to y'all, but it's boring as fuck. You know what I mean?
Mm.
It's boring.
My 06 is like part engineer, part pilot, part maintenance guy.
Uh-huh.
Like, I mean, he went to college, started off with an engineering degree, and then swapped to something else, then became a freaking, I think he was either a Wizzo or navigator,
Okay.
and then ended up in a maintenance unit.
Is he the one that listens to this?
Yes.
Or he has listened to it in the past? At least?
Yes, he has.
Does he listen
But
to it
this
just
is-
to hear what like idiots sound like fucking talking?
No, he's like, dude, he's like the international man of fucking mystery, dude.
Oh,
like,
yeah. People have
and,
their
like
things.
we'll be in a fucking meeting and he'll tell a fucking story or just go off on a fucking tangent about something, not even related to anything, and every one of us are just like
Interested?
entranced in what he's saying, and it's like,
He's a good storyteller.
I'm like, dude, yeah, I'm like, dude, I want you,
Mhm.
like, boss, please, just I want you on this thing, please. And he's got
Yeah.
the setup.
Yeah, does
He's
he?
got the setup. I'm just like, just please, just humor me. And so I'm gonna ask him that.
Wait till he's
like,
retired.
for
You're
my-
retired,
No,
and then he'll do it.
That's what I'm gonna tell him. Like, hey, for my retirement,
Yeah.
I want you on the fucking show. And I think he might do it at that point.
Yeah. Just we'll just
But I-
not tell him what I'm up to and stuff. I mean, obviously, I'm cool. Disclaimer. It's all personal
Yeah.
use.
Well, yeah.
Hey, he's
Oh, yeah,
smart
'cause-
enough to know, like, just to talk about, the stuff he's interested in, not necessarily anything that has to do with anything he's involved in. So
Yeah, no, we wouldn't talk about it.
Professionally.
It would just be some of the fun shit,
yeah,
or some of the other like I said, it has nothing to do with the fucking military 90% of the time.
yeah. I do.
And-
I know a couple of people that are pretty good storytellers. Like they can tell a story and keep it interesting, and it takes a lot of practice to try to do those things. To try to set it up in such a way where it hits point introduction, main points, summary, all that stuff. Like it takes a little time and practice to speak that way.
Oh yeah.
Some people just get it. I mean, at that level, you have to be kind of good at that. You have to be able to off the cuff, just like roll,
I mean, that's part of politicking too.
Yeah. You got to be, that's like when I went to Senior Enlist Academy, you have to do impromptu speeches. They give you a topic and say 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You do impromptu speech and talk about it smartly in front of like your peers and a lot of other people too, and not try to sound like an idiot. You just got to talk smartly and quickly think about your battle plan, what you want to talk about, hit it with the standard framework right away, and just keep it to that, and just go, okay, I'm going to talk about this. We're going to talk about this, this, and this. First point leads to the second point, leads to the third point, and then in summary, this is what I talked about. It's super simple as long as you stick with the framework.
Yeah.
Who, what, where, when, why.
Yeah, the 5 W's, man.
Yeah.
And then the H, the how.
Sometimes sometimes you need the how, not all the time.
Yeah, with the military stuff, sometimes there is no how.
Every time you're passing information, it's always the 5 W's.
5 W's.
And then if something goes sideways, then you ask the how.
Yeah.
How the fuck did this happen?
Yeah.
How the fuck you fucked that up so bad?
Yeah. You hit him with the HTF. But normally when you're hitting the 5 W's with somebody, you're probably going to somebody that somewhat has a fucking clue that you don't necessarily have to explain to them every single fucking step, because a good leader knows their team and is going to go to the person that's probably going to do whatever it is.
Yeah.
Well enough that you don't have to do that. And then you put them with the dumbass that doesn't know how to do it, and then pair them together.
Yeah. What you do is you find somebody who can corroborate and collaborate with everyone who has the answers to the 5 W's, and then put it all in one spot. Who, what, when, where, why. And then send it to the fucking boss and be like, here's boss, here's the 5 W's from all the people that know the information.
Yeah.
So you're looking for somebody that can stop, collaborate, and listen.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, yeah, but this is also, I know, I caught that one. I was just gonna roll right back.
Who is that from again? Fuck, I know what you're talking about.
Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla Ice.
Yes, you gotta ice baby that shit.
Jesus. Well, but what you just said right there, Skep, is why we have the pre-meeting to the meeting.
You're talking about the agenda notes.
No, you have a fucking meeting before the fucking meeting. It's like, Jesus Christ, dude. We could have done this in a fucking email.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but when I do meetings, I'll sometimes we'll go off an agenda. I have my own that when I pass most of my meetings, I just do round the rooms. Hey, round the room. Last notes from the last meeting. Any updates? Cool. Any new notes? Cool. All right, round the room. And then it comes to me and I hit my agenda. Boom.
Yeah. Well,
Q&As.
I mean, we have 3 fucking meetings to get to the actual meeting.
Or I have meetings to discuss planning for future meetings.
I know, the meeting to the meeting to the meeting, but what you just said is why that was fucking created.
Yes.
Because nobody can just what kills me is, for me, I'm just gonna go up and talk to this motherfucker right here. I get assigned one task.
Mm-hmm.
If you assign it to me, that one specific task, I'm gonna go to all the people that actually know what the fuck they're talking about and ask them about it, combine all that information, and then I'm gonna get the who, what, when, where, why.
Yeah, you get that from talking to all those people.
But I don't have to fucking waste everybody's time to do it. I'm just gonna make a phone call or go walk up fucking stairs and go ask them.
Yeah.
Compile the information, and then, oh, by the way, we just saved fucking 5 hours in a month.
Yeah, but then once all the information's gathered, you got to get everybody back together who is important and talk to them all about it.
But the thing about it is, if one simple question is asked, and that just needs,
Yeah.
and not simple, an intricate, complex question that involves multiple different, sections.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, but what I do is I dissect it. It's like, okay, like, so if it's security, I'm answering the question. If it's fucking aircraft maintenance, I go to the fucking maintenance guys, right? If it's fucking hospitality thing, I'm gonna go to I'm gonna go to the people. I'm not gonna tell them the entire fucking question. I'm gonna say, hey, but what do you? Hey,
just their part.
All right,
yeah.
Here's your part, and I'm gonna ask them that question, and I'm gonna get it, and I'm gonna go here. And if there's follow-ups, then I can go ask, go get some follow-up information. But 90% of the time you do that, guess what? I save 5 hours in a fucking month.
Yeah, you just give everybody their piece and tell them, hey, I need it back by this day. And fucking all the same due date. Put it all together. Boom, it's done.
Yeah, but see, I mean, not a lot of people do that anymore. Like, oh, we need to have a meeting about this. I'm like, no, the fuck we don't.
Well, sometimes you have to have, sometimes you got to have a meeting to like figure out the plan. Or to
sometimes,
discuss,
yes.
Or to discuss like any potential extra information that may be needed.
Sometimes,
like,
yes.
Hey,
I'm not saying meetings are a bad thing, but I just, in my career, this could have been a fucking email or a phone call.
I got to tell you, like, when I was in South Dakota, I was there with the Growler platform. So if people don't know, that's the EA-18G Growler, right? F-18 type model series for electronic attack, right? So we had to go there and figure out how to do hot refueling, which means you're refueling a jet between flights with an engine running, right? There was no process for that over there in South Dakota. So we got and the Air Force is running the meeting because it's an Air Force base, right? These dudes are okay. I got to give it up to the Air Force and how they bring all the people who need to be involved in this together, and they do shit in we had 3 days worth of meetings. It was quite mostly all day, but all the people who had agency in this, a stake in it, were there. And there was one dude in charge of the whole thing. He was the overseer. I think he was like a 05 or something. Lieutenant Colonel, I think he was. But anyway, everybody had their piece, and everybody brought their piece in together. And there was like some freaking airman up there on a computer with like PDF editor just fucking going to town as people are shouting shit out in the room. But literally, there was so much brass and heavy hitters in this shit for like 3 solid days. When we were done, I went to fucking maintenance where it's the MXG or whatever, whoever had to sign off on it. They signed off on it. It was back in like a day. I'm like, these motherfuckers, dude. Like the Navy, it takes the Navy like fucking a month, dude, to get shit because it has to go all through stupid ass routing and shit, and it takes forever. These motherfuckers had the shit done in like 6 days, dude.
Well,
From the back. But it took a lot of manpower, dude. A lot of manpower.
Yeah, that type of shit is more of a directive type thing, coming up with that. So yeah, I can understand that.
It was a whole program we had to rewrite to be able to do this one task.
Yep.
That included the bombers and the growlers, and to make sure that we're doing it all safely by the book and all that shit per everyone's fucking instructions. So everyone had to be there.
What surprises me is
Yeah,
but the timeline on that actually surprises me because most of that shit's got to go through Navy safety because it's a Navy fucking jet. And when it comes to Navy safety, oh my fucking God.
Yeah, no, it technically all we had to do was write it to our current publications that allow for us to do certain things a certain way. So as long as what we did was written to our Navy publication, we didn't have to go through safety. Okay. So it was great.
What year? Around about what year was this?
I want to say like 2016 or 17, somewhere in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know exactly why.
It was fast, dude. Fastest shit I've
Yeah.
ever seen. But it took a lot of people and a lot of heavy hitters, high level, high ranking people to be in this thing to like get it done. So
Well, some of the shit that I did while I was in Japan or whatever goes along with that.
yeah. But
So, now it's
dude,
a
it was
couple
so
years
fast.
after, but still, yeah.
Like we were only there for 2 weeks. The second week we were doing the shit we needed to do because it got done so fast. I was like, these motherfuckers just said, you're here. You're here. You like the 05, 06 base commander and everything like made that shit happen so quick, man.
I mean, sometimes corporations can be, pretty quick.
Yeah. Way faster. I get what you did there.
You call us a corporation, we can make shit happen. Let's go, brother.
TikTok, man. I don't know if TikTok can get it done. We'll see.
I don't know. We'll see. So with TikTok, though, if we're going to transition to that, like, what do y'all think the fate's going to be of that? Like, do you think an American company is going to, like, buy an interest in it just to keep it going? Or do you think the power that TikTok has, not necessarily the company, but, like, there is a huge following of people on TikTok. Yeah, what I think they said, what was it, 180 billion in the U.S. or some shit?
There's
Or is that all together?
120 million users or something like that.
120 million. That's what it was, not billion, million.
Is it 120?
But I mean, you gotta.
120 million.
But
keep going,
like,
keep going.
You gotta think that how many lives depend on that though too, because the marketing platform, like politically. Good. I know you're about to say something.
170 million in the U.S.
Okay, 170 million.
Yeah.
But I mean, marketing wise, like that brings jobs to people.
Oh, absolutely.
Like that is a huge marketing platform for people. Yes, you've got some people that's all they do is TikTok, but you got to think about businesses.
There's a vast number of U.S. based businesses, large and small, that utilize TikTok.
Yes,
They absolutely do. Mm-hmm.
So what I saw was that the president has it's under his discretion of what is considered an approved acquisition. So he can say that the 60% that's owned by tomorrow, or whenever Trump comes in office, he can say the 60% that is owned by other countries' investors is enough to say that is not a Chinese app anymore.
Well,
it's free to stay.
Break down again. I know we were talking a little before the podcast, but break down again what the stakes or company holdings were, because I know there's one name in there that's probably going to perk some people's ears up if they hear this. But U.S. based companies. Yeah, you can. Yeah. So there's percentages, obviously.
Well, it's 60% owned by global institutional investors, such as BlackRock, General Atlantic, and
Susquehanna.
Say that one, International Group.
Susquehanna, I think that's how you say that.
Only 20% is owned by the founder, who is, the Chinese entrepreneur. And the other 20% is owned by its employees, which includes over 7,000 U.S. employees.
Right. And isn't the CEO of TikTok from like Singapore?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So 7,000 U.S. based employees. It's not owned or controlled by any government or state controlled entity. So I know the argument is like originally back in 2020 when Trump put in that executive order basically stating that they have the ability to take U.S. users' private information and give it to the Chinese government. And that's part of the basis of it. But I think it has to do more with... It has to do more with U.S. large corporations and their interests. Go ahead. Sorry.
But all the U.S. information, all of our data in the U.S. is stored in the U.S. by Oracle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the fucking problem?
Nothing.
I don't know either.
Well,
It's
okay.
awfully suspicious that once the ban was implemented, or not implemented, but passed all necessary committees,
Yeah, that was back in like
bunch of
April,
the-
I think, this last year.
a
Yep.
bunch of the congressmen went and bought stock into Meta, which is Facebook and Instagram.
Yep.
So
Which is
to
me
me,
is far worse.
what they did was just shut down a competition so they can boost up the shares that they just bought into.
So like a monopoly, basically, without calling it one.
Well, let's look at it this way, though. Okay, if you want to dive a little bit deeper into it, right? How many of these congressmen and these senators have overseas interests, like that they have invested in?
Oh,
It's
there's
the
a
same shit as
vast. There's a large majority of them, dude.
it's the same shit as fucking TikTok. Well, here's the deal, right? TikTok, outside of X, is one of the only other free speech platforms that you don't just automatically get banned for.
I don't know about that,
I'm
dude.
saying
It's
like
pretty harsh on
automatic.
Banhammer.
Yeah, they're very strict with a lot of shit, man. It's not like X. I get what you're saying, though.
When I'm talking about like political views, kind of what you say or whatever, but so TikTok's more or less algorithm, right, is if it's a user that reports it. Whereas, like Meta and all that shit, they just comb through it based on their fucking AI and their computer-based system, and they'll fucking ban it in a heartbeat, just like YouTube.
Well, Facebook had a fact checker, group of fact checkers, but they were all biased, so.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
TikTok does it to where, like, yes, they have certain terms of services, but if it gets reported, then they'll look at it and then you can get banned. It's not an immediate fucking thing. If I take a hit off my fucking vape, yes, it is on TikTok, but I'm just saying, like, I'm not going to immediately, within 5 minutes, my shit's getting shut down. It might be 20, but somebody will actually go look at it.
Yeah, but the problem with TikTok is that once that happens, that video is shit the bed. It ain't going anywhere.
Well, yeah.
It's done,
That's
dude.
fine.
Even if it had the potential to be a viral video, because I've had this happen where I've had a video hitting thousands and thousands just by this fucking minute, dude. And then all of a sudden, boom, it hits like your videos pulled off the FYP because of some random fucking generic reason. When there really isn't one, and then you dispute it, and then the dispute goes up. You're right. There's nothing wrong with it. It's now available for everyone. By that time, it's cooked. It's cooked.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't going anywhere after that. That's the shitty thing about their fucking algorithm or whatever they use about it,
But with YouTube or whatever, like within minutes, that shit's demonetized.
It can be, yes.
It's kind of the same thing or whatever, but like it's one of those, like, with their algorithm, if the dispute is there and you repost it, you have a somewhat of a potential for it to go back to where it was. And it won't be, it's not going to be the same that it probably would have, but there's still a potential there. YouTube, no matter how many times you post that motherfucker, guess what it's going to do? It's going to demonetize no matter what, no matter how many times you dispute it.
Well, YouTube does,
and then eventually they'll just ban you.
YouTube does this thing is, even if you own the video, if you've posted it once and you try to like post it as a new video, it won't allow you to do it. It basically says it's not original content. It takes it off FYP immediately, because I've tried to do it before. I tried to post old videos that I had before from like 2 years ago, just because it was fucking hilarious, and it said this is not original content, and it took it off FYP immediately, instantly. Like, I didn't even. It's their algorithm that did it because it was from an old account I had, I think. So I've tried to repost something as a new upload, and if you don't change it enough, it will ban it from even hitting FYP instantly.
But how do you dispute that?
You can dispute it. You could try to dispute it saying, nope, I own this. It's original content. And they may come back and say, yep, it's original content. But by that time, it is never going back to hitting the FYP. It's not getting pushed out to different accounts. It's not doing any of that stuff. It's just sitting there on your page as a video you uploaded, getting no views.
And the only way to get views is if somebody clicks on your fucking profile.
You have to have a lot of people to do that. Yeah. To get it to push back out, you have to have a lot of people to do that. And most of the time when it gets taken down, it gets cooked.
And I think that's why, like, because I've had that, like, whenever I was doing TikTok all the time. Now, granted, that was a few years ago.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I would, somebody report it because they'll tell you exactly what the fuck happened, whether it's like against their TOS. So, like, an employee of TikTok saw it, or if somebody reported it. Like, there is communication there, and it's transparent. And so then you can dispute it, and then all you got to do is delete it, and then wait a day, and then it could go back, because I've had that before.
You used to be able to do that, yes.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do that anymore, but
I've tried it.
Like I said, it's a couple of years.
Yeah, within the last year, I've tried it, and it does not work like that anymore. Where you used to be able to do that, because I know what you're talking about. This is like 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. You could delete the video, re-upload it with maybe a slight change, like a very slight change, and it would pop off again, right?
Yeah.
Not anymore. Now, like it matches it to an old load or something, and it fucking takes it down immediately.
See, I haven't. Like
so you can't. I
do a lot of on this day shit.
You can't repost like the same video 3 times anymore. Like people used to repost the same video 3-4 times just to see which one gets the most views. It'd be the same exact video. You can't do that anymore. It stops you from doing it.
Well, yeah, that's market research. They're trying to look at the different hashtags to see what actually gets more views to figure out the algorithm, which I can see why you do that, but...
And they don't allow you to. You can't post the same video twice. It literally will not do anything. It'll just... One of them will get stomped on.
Are you talking about YouTube?
TikTok.
No, he's talking about TikTok. Yeah.
YouTube, TikTok, I can post the same video multiple times, and it doesn't matter.
Me and you have... posted the exact same video.
2 different accounts.
I mean, it was a little bit later ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
It's also 2 different accounts.
Now you can't do that anymore. If it's a video on somebody else's account and you try to post that video, whoever posted it first is going to get priority. The other one will get shut down. It's a lot tighter now than it used to be.
Yeah, we tried to do it like the exact same time too. We're like, all right, I'm gonna hit and go.
Yeah, I remember that particular video, that was a hilarious little video. But yeah, I think
it went nowhere on my page. Now.
Well, I'm wondering if that was because of the government influence, though, too, to try and change it.
Yeah. So really, the backstory is it started with in 2020 the executive order that came from President Trump, basically in a nutshell, like sort of roundabout in a way, calling for a ban for TikTok. So recently, this past year, I would say last year, I think March, April timeframe, Congress added it. The Republican Party added it to the Ukraine aid bill. It was voted majority. It passed the Congress, sent to Senate, passed majority Senate. Obviously, it has to pass. And then the president was basically like chomping at the bit, waiting and ready to sign. I'm gonna sign this thing. I know they know it includes the ban and stuff like that.
That's something needs to change.
It passed, and the last cabinet, the last Congress and Senate passed a bill to ban TikTok within a certain amount of time unless it divested into a U.S. company. But was basically bought out into U.S. company is what they're saying.
That's some bullshit. Like that needs to be changed in our government. They should not be able to add just random shits in the bill. Like something in a bill, everything in it should obtain to one subject.
Well, that'll never happen because that's how it's been done
I
forever.
know, but it's still bullshit. Like I shouldn't be. A bill should not have to do with like Ukraine and TikTok. What does TikTok have to do with fucking Ukraine?
Well, that's how they get the little.
Yeah.
That's how they get the little jabs. You know, they get their little bullshit.
Yeah, that's why a bill package is over 1,000 fucking pages long, because you know they're gonna try and rush that shit through, and nobody sits there and fucking reads the whole thing.
There's another one with the recently with the government budget. And they're trying to. They put it, within that same bill was the funding for child cancer research or whatever, and then one side want to be like, well, this side doesn't want to vote for child research cancer.
That's
No,
exactly
we don't
how
wanna
they
deal
do
with
it.
the other shit
Yeah.
in your bill.
That's how they do it on both sides of the aisle.
Yes, it is.
It's called pork fat, is what they call it, and they add it into these massive bills, and then they can go back and say, you know, the Republicans didn't want to vote for human rights, or the Democratic Party doesn't want to vote for, you know,
Closing the border.
Closing the border and securing the United States. When it's all just, you know, the original bill is like something for like fucking HUD. You know what I'm saying? Or some random bullshit that doesn't even make any sense of why it would be included. Like, why would funding to send money to Ukraine have anything to do with TikTok? Yeah, nothing. It has nothing to do with it. But you know, the Republican Party added it in, right? It got voted on by, House vote was 352 to 65. The Senate vote was 79 to 18, and then President Biden signed it into law.
Mm-hmm.
So now they can go back and say, oh, here's the senators and the Congress people that voted against it. And they can either say they voted against supporting Ukraine, or they voted against banning TikTok. Or if they voted for it, they can say, oh, you assholes voted for sending money, U.S. taxpayer dollars, to Ukraine. But on the flip side, they can also say you also voted for banning TikTok. Like, it's a double-edged sword, man.
That's what I'm saying. That shit needs to.
Crime.
Not only does it need to be term limits for the Congress, but there also needs to be the separating topics on bills.
100%. There should be a term limit for all government.
I would say.
What would you say the time limit would be? What do you guys think?
I'd say, well, depending on the term, I'd say 8 years. So if it's a 2-year term, so you still got to do 8 years. If it's a 4-year term, you only get to do 2.
I would say like you could do more than 8 years, but you at least have to have one term off. That way you get back in touch with your constituents and shit, and then you can run again.
See, I don't agree with that at all. I think it should just be 8 total, period. You're out.
Do you think they should collect a pension?
Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely fucking not. I'm sorry.
I would say like maybe as much as the military would.
Man, no,
You know,
look at
they
it.
served. Yeah.
No, but look at
as much as they didn't sacrifice as much as military, but they served the country just as much as military. So I would say like whatever, you know, retirement package of military, just fucking low level grunt gets, Congress should get as well.
I don't know if I agree with that one or whatever, because a lot of the time, like, look at the net worth of these fucking politicians.
Millions.
Their net worth, what they make in their government seat, is fucking minuscule compared to what they fucking make outside of their job salary.
Yeah.
So fuck that pension. Like, absolutely fuck it. You know, and I also think that they shouldn't be fucking sitting there getting, you know, oh, I need to fly to DC and the government has to fucking pay for it. No. COVID literally taught us that we can do shit on fucking line. You need to stay in your fucking state. Okay. Be with your constituents, not take a break, you know, to go back and see them. Like, stay with them. Go do all that shit. You can take a fucking meeting from anywhere, dude. There's internet everywhere. Fucking get Starlink.
So I think most people's problem is this. Most elected persons are probably actually working, doing the business of the United States for probably between 130 and 150 days a year. Whereas the rest of us work for about 240 days a year.
Yep.
But they get paid $174,000 fucking dollars a year.
Yep.
To work less than half of the days. I get their job is hard at times. You're in the public sphere, you're in front of a camera, you're having to answer and do a lot of things, right? In the public sphere, and it's difficult. It's a lot of eyeballs on you, but at the same time, like, you're basically working half of the amount of time that the U.S. American worker is working, who makes a fraction of that amount of money.
I also think that you should have to take an IQ test to be able to be put on the bill.
Oh, dude, there's some dumb motherfuckers in there, dude.
Oh, there's a bunch of them from where I am that are in Congress that are
Oh, dude,
bad.
Okay. So you guys know I have access to community notes, right? You know I can submit community notes on Twitter.
Oh yeah.
And I can vote them up or down, right? So if I do something, it'll be backed with research, backed with
supporting documentation.
Supporting documentation, exactly. So there was a person who stated that all these names signed the Declaration of Independence, and it was an elected official, and they got it fucking wrong. Absolutely wrong. They had names signed on there saying they signed this document that never fucking signed it. So I put in a community note saying, this is incorrect. These people have never signed this document, and it got fucking approved, bro. And it was just based on facts. You know what I'm saying? It was based on facts, and that was like the craziest one that I've ever had that
That's
actually
funny,
got approved. It was writing it back, so I'll tell you what it said if I can find it, but profile.
But and also back to the TikTok thing.
Yeah.
It's proven that the whole thing was out of ignorance because Trump signed the executive order because he was ignorant of what TikTok really was. He joined TikTok and actually now he's a fan of it. He gained that knowledge of what TikTok actually is.
Yeah.
And now he's in favor of it.
People can change, dude.
The whole thing was just out of ignorance.
Yeah.
Of the app.
But look at it though, too. That was back in 2020, man. Right? We are now let's call it April of 24. You know, when this thing got signed in. How much shit has changed in 4 fucking years? You know, like people, you know, like the marketing, people didn't really start using like business wise TikTok. Like you had a bunch of creators doing it, but like business marketing didn't really come around until a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
You know, like you're literally boosting the U.S. economy by allowing it.
I 100% support all these legitimate businesses on TikTok doing their business on 100%. There because it's just one of those avenues that they should be using because it's so popular and used by so many people. But all the grifters can fuck off.
Yeah.
And then all these ones right off.
Well, and all these ones that use that fucking sponsorship ads for Temu shit, that's fucking dumb.
Yeah, dude, like, Temu's fucking horrible, bro.
But like some of the other shit, like legitimate fucking businesses, like you know,
free advertising.
I'd say only about half, maybe if that, of the businesses that advertise on TikTok are actual legit.
Oh, there's a bunch of
maybe half.
Yeah,
there's a lot of grifters.
At least half of them are scams.
Oh yeah.
There's a guy. He's named the Houston Hat Guy, and he does hat shaping and restoration and cleaning and all that for free at the local Cavenders. And he does it for tips, and his business has grown dramatically just from posting on TikTok.
Yep.
And he's becoming wealthy off of it, and he does his services for free.
Well, he also gets the revenue from TikTok too. You know, if he's part of those programs, he'll get that revenue. You know, so yeah, it's a dual-edged fucking sword there. You know, like somebody like that, it's like, oh yeah, I just do it for tips. But then you can also learn shit, you know, on TikTok.
Have you guys ever seen that poster of the huge iceberg? You know what I'm talking about? It's the iceberg where a very small portion of it is above the water. And below the water is this massive, like...
That's TikTok.
Like above the water,
it's underwater.
Yeah, above the water are the legit like businesses, the legit people out there doing good things, running their business legitimately. And those are the very, well, I would say below the water. There's a large majority of them that are below the water that don't get a lot of clout. They don't get a lot of visibility, but they're doing the right thing. They're being good people and running a strong business. You know, their morals are right. Above the water, I would say, is probably all the grifters that getting tons of views, tons of monetary value based on, people giving them money and things like that are just fucking liars, dude. Liars.
All right, so let's compare this to Twitch, right? Like, to make it big as a streamer, not even just Twitch, but everything nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got people that just post all this fucking random shit that, and then boom, next thing you know, they're 150 fucking viewers. You know, in a fucking stream all the time maintaining it. But then you've got, all of us have done this for 5-6 years. I don't do it anymore. Y'all still do it. Yeah. But it's still wholesome, interactive, and it doesn't have to be, what game you're playing. It's the person.
Right.
And you've got some of these people, I mean, that's how this fucking podcast was created. But yet we're still under the fucking iceberg.
We're doing, I think that we put out content, mostly just us getting together once a week and just talking about stuff. You know what I mean? Just talking about stuff. Friends, we've known each other a while. We get together, we shoot the shit, and we put our opinions out there. But like, oftentimes, what you see is it takes some sort of event or something to happen, something that changes things for you, whether it's positive or negative, that can affect your visibility. And some people do the right thing and they ride it the right way. They saddle up, they ride it, and it does wonders for them. They could have a viral video. They could have, a lot of monetary backing that helps them, get out there.
Yeah, money
If you get a fucking sponsor that's throwing fucking money at you all the time, like, it can help you grow really quickly. Absolutely. Because people are there for that. You know what I mean? They're greedy. They're fucking there for that. So, there's a lot of different things. Does it take good content? It does. Cause you got to have the good content to make people stay. If you don't have the money, you got to have good content to make it stay. But at the same time, like, there's usually some kind of event or turning point somewhere, because slow growth is not always the best thing. Like, what happens is with slow growth is those people you started with will eventually fall off. And if you don't grow fast enough, you lose the old viewers and you don't gain the new viewers fast enough to increase your viewership. So you just kind of sit, you know what I mean? Like, it just happens that way.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with that.
It's finding the right audience though too.
Yeah.
Like one thing, like, dude, Ashley started posting on fucking TikTok, right? And then she got that fucking 2 million fucking video view, and then her followers, like, I worked for 2 2 years on TikTok to get the followers that I got. And then within a month and a half with that video, she was like 600 off from what I had been working for 2.5 years. So yeah, the event does work. It really does.
But you have to capitalize on it. If you don't understand why it went viral or why it happened the way it did, you'll never capitalize on it, and you'll just continue to stay where you're at.
And that
happens to a lot of people.
Marketing.
Yeah. You have to be able to understand why that happened, because if you don't, it's just gonna go back to the way it was.
Like your dildo video.
Yeah, dude.
Which one?
I know I capitalized on the yeah. I know how to capitalize, right? But it's not, that kind of content isn't something that creates like a mass following. You know what I mean? It's something that people look at and go, "Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious." They like it, they watch it, and then they might follow, move along. But it's not like an evergreen type of content that people are going to stick around for and want to see more of, because what value? I made that video, but what value did I give to people when I did that? None.
You gave no value. Yeah, you gave them a laugh.
Just a laugh.
But, say somebody that followed it, right? Yeah, and then you post something else that makes them laugh, and then that, it could be capitalized, but I mean, you spent how many fucking hours editing that video?
I spent that's
a lot of fucking work.
I have hundreds of hours editing, right? I have hundreds of hours editing, hundreds.
I'm saying the one video.
Yeah. Well, that one was about 15 or 16, I think, because I had to do it frame by frame. But was it funny? Fuck yeah, it was funny, dude. Did it go viral? Kind of. Yeah, it kind of did. I had one that went on TikTok that went almost 1 million views on it, or not TikTok, but Instagram. But I didn't give any value to people when they watched it. You know what I mean? That's the problem. That's my problem. Well, I just do shit because I think it's funny. I don't give a fuck about trying to give people value. I just want to, if I think it's funny and they might laugh, cool. That's about it.
Yeah, but see, I can send you a fart video and I'll get a reaction out of you. If I send you just some other random video, I won't get a reaction out of you.
Sometimes.
It's about what the people want.
It is.
Yeah, you give them a laugh, they're going to follow for meaningless shit.
Depends, yeah. Like I posted on my secret squirrel account on TikTok. That's not so secret squirrel, my Skeptile 2 account. I posted a Trump video and changed the song to it. Funny. You saw that one? Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was fucking hilarious.
And that thing went kind of viral. It was 100 and fuck, I don't even know, dude. It's shit, did they delete it? 120,000 views thereabouts. I got a ton of followers off of that, bro.
Yeah.
But like, and it blew past my normal gaming account. That account has got more followers than my normal gaming account because of that video. But it was a event instance.
Yeah. But it also depends on the person too. Like what kind of content do you want to put out too?
Yeah.
If you're like us, like we ain't changing for nobody.
Nah, dude.
Like no matter what, we ain't changing for nobody. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just about that, we might have one big break. And then boom, there we go. But that's also to the individual. Are you going to post that same type of content all the time? Like I keep telling Ashley all the time, I was like, we need to put cameras up in the fucking house. Because the shit that happens around our house, it's just, you can't replicate it. But it can be turned into something.
That's what we used to say all the time. It's like, man, our lives need to be reality TV shows.
100%.
A camera needs to follow us around all the time.
And I think that pretty much every family, right, in their own right, can do the same thing. Like everybody's got the potential. You just got to find the right person, the right audience.
Well, I think the problem today is that people feed off of drama more than anything. Negative drama. That's what they feed off of.
Drama and memes.
Memes, yeah. Negativity.
There has to be some kind of meme value to it to where they can pick out a certain part and use it or use it against you or use it for themselves or
Well, and that's where a lot of people too, they let a lot of the negativity get to them and drag them down.
Yeah.
It's like you can't you just got to let the negativity go. Like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, if you just imagine in your brain all those people that are being negative are just not real, because a lot of them probably aren't.
The Russian
You'll
bots.
be fine.
They're all Russian bots.
You'll be fine. Like, you just example. Let's say we had a video that we uploaded on this podcast itself, right? And it took off like a fucking rocket, right? We would likely be discussing how did this fucking happen, and then how do we fucking capitalize on this to make it continue to do that every time in a similar fashion. Where a lot of people don't do that, Could be something we said or something we did or whatever, but we try to capitalize on it and see what happens,
On the flip side of that, we would probably get about 40% of that viralness when it came to like comments and all that other stuff would be negative.
Probably. Yeah.
Who gives a shit, and it's one of those, it's like, okay, cool. Like, filter all that bullshit out because neither of the four of us give a fuck what you have to say if it's negative.
Nah.
Like, I don't care.
Young people
say
man.
to me that I haven't said to myself in a mirror.
That's gonna be, and that's I think where mindset comes into it also. Because it's like, and then also views. A lot of people do look at that. It's like, fuck, dude, I did this, and then it's like, I don't like it. No, but you gotta stick to it no matter what, and then cipher through the bullshit. How do you think Hollywood actors? Fight through fucking TMZ and all this other bullshit. Yeah, man.
They do a shitty movie and it doesn't do well. Like, they gotta survive it somehow.
Look at fucking Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah,
he makes fun of Green Lantern himself. Like, he makes fun of himself about that fucking movie.
And Deadpool from Wolverine.
Literally, you just have to take it with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? Like, who gives a shit? If someone doesn't like it, fuck them, dude. Who cares? They're just, there's just some rando that you don't even fucking know. Like, who gives a shit?
It's some lawyer sitting in his basement that's trying to fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I remember that guy. Fuck.
Some lawyer sitting in his fucking basement that knows the laws or whatever of New York.
Dude, you're boring as fuck. No one cares what you have to say about this. Isn't even funny. Like, no one gives a shit what you have to say, dude. You're basically an NPC. Enjoy your fucking pre-programmed life and shit, you fucking bot.
Yeah. That fucking comment, dude. And that shit was hilarious. But he kept feeding into it, though. Like, like, come on, dude. Like, just quit while you're not ahead. Just quit. Just stop. Go hit a law book.
We're talking about we had a comment on Spotify from some random lawyer in like Utah or some shit, basically saying that we weren't funny and blah 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 blah. Like, none of us give a shit, dude. None of us care what you have to say.
And Mr. Lawyer, if you're
like
listening,
a DUI attorney.
And Mr. Lawyer,
good job being a piece of shit.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Fucking
we don't care.
Getting people off for drinking and driving because they don't murder people all the time or anything.
Yeah, you piece of shit. Eat glass. Fuck you.
But you know what? Negativity can turn into positivity. You know why? Because it's going to shove it further down an algorithm and it's going to reach more people.
Oh, yeah.
Feed off of it.
There's going to be people that side with you, that agree with you. There's going to be people that don't like you, and there's going to be people that fucking side with you. And when the dust settles, hopefully the people that settle and like and side with you stick around,
That's all you can get. Like, it's all advertisement.
Oh yeah,
whether it's good or bad.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like they say nowadays, there's no bad publicity anymore.
No, truly not.
Quiznos. Quiznos back in like 02, 03 or whatever, when they had those, like, they look like little fucking dust balls or whatever.
Oh, the little rat looking ear things.
Yeah,
Yes.
those things, right? I was working for Quiznos at the time, and the guy that owned the franchise put a fucking billboard up, and some fucking, before Karens were cool, some Karen went to the fucking local media outlet, right? The next 6 months, he fucking 100% profited. 100% profit in 6 months.
Well, I mean,
off of that.
It did help that Quiznos sandwiches are fucking delicious.
Well, I mean, you had customer service like me there too, you know? I'm just saying. I'm just kidding. I just made sandwiches. That's all I did. But anyway.
Original toasted subs.
But the thing about it is like, we had to, like, completely redo our game plan. Like, the managerial staff, they were like, oh shit, we need to order more bread. We need to, like, because we were selling out of shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's like that, what is his name? Keith Lee?
Yeah.
Or whatever that dude on TikTok that does all the fucking, the Keith Lee effect or whatever. You know, that's the kind of same effect. But yet, this bitch went on fucking the news outlets and was complaining about it. And boom, next thing you know, I'm like, I don't want to fucking work here no more. This is too much work for what I'm not getting paid. Then you had the customer that walked in at 8:55 and would close at 9. It's like, dude, get the fuck out of here. Please get it to go. And then they sit down.
You always, it never fails. You always get that one douchebag who wants to come in 10 minutes before you're closing.
Yes, I know.
Like, always.
Yeah.
And then, dude, that 6-month period, we had a superstition at the store too. If my parents came in to eat, we had a rush right after. No matter what time they came in, we had a fucking rush. During that, like, after the second week of that shit going to the news, I forbade my parents to come up there because of it, because we were that superstitious. And I said, whatever you want, I will bring home. I will just bring it home. Do not come to the fucking store. Because I didn't want that. I didn't want that smoke. I was making $5.15 an hour. Fuck you.
Yeah.
You know?
All that stress for $5.15 an hour.
Yeah, I know.
People don't understand, man.
But yeah, you stay true to yourself. You're gonna attract who you want.
Yeah. You're gonna
just
deal with fucking haters.
Yeah, and don't let
Fuck
the
'em,
haters
dude.
get to you. That's the biggest thing. Fuck them. That is my motto. I preach that to my children. Fuck them.
When you get to our age, you less think about what the fucking haters have to say. I mean, troll them. Fucking fuck them, dude. Who cares? Like, I'm currently trolling fucking people on Twitter right now because it's hilarious to me. I don't give a fuck word what they say about me or to me. I'm just having a good time. Fuck them,
Kill them with kindness.
Yeah, they're basically like just trying to be smart and fucking, you know, they're trying to like be witty and shit, but I don't give a shit. Fuck them, dude. I don't care. They're NPCs.
They probably live in their mom's basement.
Yeah, they're literally not real, in my opinion. If you get to a certain age and you're just like, fuck these people, I don't really care what they have to say. I'm just gonna do my thing.
Just get on there and be like, oh, it's cute. You got a thesaurus? Oh.
Yeah.
Aw.
I think that's
adorable.
I think when you're younger, you care a lot more, I should say, about what people think. But the older you get, you start to like give a shit less. You're like, fuck, I don't give a fuck. I got better things to worry about. You know?
Do you honestly think I've ever in my life since the day I was born gave a shit about anything anybody's ever said?
I think you may have a little bit at one point, maybe just slightly.
That stopped in high school.
When you were like young.
It stopped in high school for me.
I think most people do, honestly,
you
like
could
a
ask
little bit.
Anybody in my family and everybody that knows me.
Mm-hmm.
Not one time in my life have I ever given a fuck what anybody's thought of me. Never.
Okay, well, you're like the exception to the rule. Most people, there's a point in their life when they're young when they care a lot about what people think.
I just never was that kid.
Yeah.
I was the kid who be 12 years old and telling a mount me to go fuck themselves in Canada. That was me.
Yeah, you're like I said, you're the exception to the rule. Most of these people nowadays are in the political, not the political, but in the public sphere of social media. They care what people think. They shouldn't care too much.
Shouldn't care what anybody thinks. Worry about yourself and care about yourself. Obviously, you got family. Yeah. Obviously, you got family. You know, your spouse, kids, whatever.
Yeah. You should care about what they think. But anybody else, it doesn't matter.
Sometimes.
You should consider what they think.
Yeah, because because here's the thing: if my kid comes up to me and I'm trying to be like a parent to him because I 100,000% know better, but then they look at me and because they're a child and we were all there once and they're like, my parents are fucking stupid and they're like, I fucking hate you, you don't know shit. Then to me, if you haven't been told that as a parent at least once, you're probably failing.
That's just because they think they know better. You know,
my response is like, it wasn't that long ago I was there myself. You know,
the older you get, it's harder to say not that long ago.
All you can do is just say, hey, I'm just teaching you what I went through when I was your age. And that's it. And if they want to take it as advice. They want to take it as criticism. Take it as criticism. If they don't want to listen, don't listen. Learn the fucking hard way. That's fine. Some people need to.
I do that. I do that with my oldest all the time, but she's also got my hard-headedness. So
yeah, some people need to learn the hard way, man. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Sucks.
I told her, I was like, don't call me from jail. She's like, why? I said, 'cause I ain't going to pick you up.
I'm the same way, bro. You got yourself so in, get yourself out.
Like if you get picked the fuck up, you probably did something to land yourself in the silver bracelets. So you're gonna sit your ass there. Don't call me.
It's all about the feels now, Jay says.
Yeah. Well, and if you call your mama, I'm gonna tell her I ain't going. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna sit right here in my comfy ass bed. If your mama wants to go, that's on her. Not on me.
I ain't going.
No, I always told him let me sit my time. Because I don't want to have to, I want to be time served. I don't want to have to come out and pay a bunch of fines and fucking probation and all that. Just let me sit.
Yep. You do the crime, you pay the fucking time.
People get too much in their feels, yeah.
Luckily, I ain't never been in that situation, but I would gladly sit my time.
I've spent like probably 5 hours in jail before. That's it.
Never even had handcuffs on involuntarily.
Never been in jail. Should have been.
I got arrested once. I got arrested once because I got pulled over for loud music out of my old truck. And I had a warrant out from my arrest, apparently, because I had a suspended California driver's license, which, just to note, I've never had a California driver's license. So they were fucking wrong. My driver's license is from Wyoming. And it's never been suspended. So they thought I had a suspended California driver's license for some fucking reason. So they arrested me. And I sat in jail for like probably 5 hours.
Somebody figured it out.
It got thrown out in court when I went to court. They're like, I told the judge, I said, so you're charged with driving under a suspended California driver's license. And I said, I've never had a California driver's license. And they said, this isn't your driver's license, blah, 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 numbers. And I said, no. And I said, okay, I'm throwing this out. This is dismissed. And that was it.
No, they got you because you're forging documents because everybody knows that Wyoming is not a real place. It's all a conspiracy.
Shut the fuck up. Everybody knows that if Texas tried to secede from the nation, they got too much inbound and outbound trade. They would never fucking survive. Okay, we know that.
Hey man, we have the best. We have the third best economy in the world.
Oil doesn't fucking serve every purpose. Okay, it doesn't. You're gonna have to import shit that people want there. You're gonna have to pay for that.
Food.
You got beef, oil.
Because you
what
ain't
else?
growing
We
shit
have
in
poultry.
Texas.
We have
Poultry.
poultry.
Every state's got fucking poultry. You got beef, oil, poultry. What else? You got fruits
There
and
are none.
vegetables. Probably not a
You
lot.
got none, zero.
You got to import a lot of it. Like, okay,
Your mama's.
okay. You know what's gonna happen? Let's say Texas secedes from the nation, right? I love Texas too, by the way. I'm just putting this out. I'm just saying that ahead of time. I love Texas. I think it's a great state. But you know what the fucking tariffs are gonna be on Texas if they become some random country in the middle of the United States because they seceded from the nation? Fucking ridiculously high. You know what's going to happen? They're going to come crawling back to the United States and say, please let us back in the nation. We fucked up. That's what's going to happen. 100%.
Once all the liberals leave, you know, after the secession, we'll be all right.
They're
Because
not, dude. It's not.
we don't need that many fucking vegetables and shit, dude.
20 years,
Not.
fucking Texas is gonna be blue.
Dude, it's probably right, bro.
No.
Look, didn't it used to be blue a long time ago? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
it did.
Southern
California
Democrat.
used to be red.
It was like a
Well,
Southern
yeah,
Democrat.
Southern
thing.
Democrat.
Like,
Back
California
was
used to be
before
red in
you
the
had-
80s.
Yeah, but that was before you had far left, far right too.
Yeah.
So
Back then,
That
it was
was
just
whenever-
racist Democrats down there. They were all.
yeah,
That's
yeah, that was
exactly, yes.
yeah.
That's the last time it was blue.
All-
when it
All
when
of
it
those
stopped being
Democrats.
so racist, it's always been red.
Yeah, all those Democrats now are fucking Republicans.
Look, I think that Texas
And
is
I'm not
very
saying they're
powerful.
racist.
But problem with them is that like they just wouldn't. You'd have to be training in and out, and I don't think that they would survive independently of the United States. I truly don't.
I think the only reason it wouldn't survive is because America would get butthurt and make it hard for Texas.
100%.
Absolutely.
That's exactly what would happen.
That's what I mean by like terror.
Mhm.
Like, you know, the terrorists would be like, fuck you, Texas. All right. You don't want to be part of the United States? Guess what?
But if that didn't happen, we could totally become the Republic of Texas again and thrive.
Yeah, I mean, you guys would live off of fucking, you know, cows and fucking oil forever. You know,
and our economy would be based on fucking sending them fucking cows outside of the Republic of Texas.
Yeah, but people don't need that. People don't need
You don't need
Texas
beef?
cows, man. There's beef in other states. They don't need it. They don't
All right,
need, they don't need
quite a
Texas
bit.
beef. Yeah. They don't
We're
need
No, I
Texas
know.
beef, dude.
Wyoming and Montana have a shit ton. Yes, I know that.
They do.
But I'm,
But
just saying
I'm
there
not
is
bringing that up.
I
Where
know
are you gonna
aren't.
get your pecans then? You know,
California,
New Mexico.
New Mexico.
New Mexico,
Any other
California,
state that
I
can
would
grow
say
them.
more than like
I-
Alabama, Mississippi had more pecans than those places. But yeah,
I mean,
New Mexico's got a lot.
there's other places, you know.
No.
Oil.
We would
Guess
be
what?
thriving
Wyoming,
on
Montana.
everything. We'd be thriving on our own crops, is what it would be.
It's could they do it? Yeah. Would it be painful? Absolutely. Would the United States make it painful on the country of Texas? Absolutely,
100%.
dude.
Yeah.
no. The real question
Absolutely.
is when we become
Who needs pecans?
Shut up, Jay. Nobody
Republic
asked
of
you. You're from
Texas,
California.
Who needs
Mexico would
pistachios?
try to come back and take it back.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't have any support from the United States.
No.
Yeah.
All right.
Texas
Y'all about
gets
ready to wrap this up, or what?
$93.4 billion in federal funding. So all that would go away.
Okay.
Yeah, we can wrap it up.
I was gonna ask how much we bring to the economy too. You know, it's
I don't
what does
know.
the industries in Texas bring in? Does that
Texas.
overcompensate?
Texas.
The only reason I asked to wrap it up is because I take a shit and make a TikTok.
Yeah.
If you
It's
know
the
what I'm
second
saying.
largest GDP in the United States after California, which we all know how California is. Gross state
Well, that's 'cause
product
they
of
charge for everything.
2.694 trillion as of 2023. Most Fortune 500 companies with 53 in total. Sixth in the United States for economic outlook. GDP 2.4 trillion in 2022. Let's see.
So 93 billion wouldn't hurt that much.
It would.
Unless
It would a lot.
Well, unless some of those
Absolutely
countries are gonna
would.
leave. Go figure. All that stuff.
Well,
but I'm just
a lot of that, money, federal funding is to all the military, all the border patrol
NASA.
stuff down there, NASA, and then it'll be the beef crops, stuff like that.
Would it hurt the United States if Texas seceded from the nation? Absolutely. It would hurt bad.
That's why they would make it hard on us.
Oh, that's why. Yeah.
Same
They
with
would turn
California.
that around.
Same with California. If California seceded from the nation, this country would have been a fucking hurt locker, just like if Texas left.
You mean if the San Andreas fault line just let them go?
It would still be at least a giant fucking swimming pool for us to swim around in.
Yes.
It'd be United States.
I'd be okay with that.
It'd be the swimming pool of the United States.
It wouldn't hurt my feelings.
It'd be a wave pool.
So that Civil War movie does kind of make sense because the California and Texas being the top two money makers for the government, it could fucking, if they band together and seceded together, it would hurt USA for sure.
It would. However, the USA would continue. I can't say the same 100%. For Texas or California independently. I couldn't say the same for either.
But it would never fucking happen because Texas and California cannot get along. But if they did band together and leave, they could probably survive as a country together.
Yeah. Well, I mean, people would have to get passports to leave Texas or California.
Yep.
No one would be going. Less people going to be going in and out.
Straight flights.
I guess still need a passport.
Different country. Yeah.
It's not a territory of the United States. Different country.
Well, if that happened, then Canada would be the 50th state, right?
Or the 49th one.
Or the 49th.
Got rid of two of them. Yeah.
Speaking of Greenland.
Oh, yeah. Do you guys want to hear my theory on that real quick before we go?
I'm going to go. I got to fucking pee. I don't care what y'all say. Y'all have fun with the theory.
Fuck you then.
I got to go potty.
Here's my theory. The Trump meme coin and the Melania Trump meme coin are there. They're going to raise a bunch of money with that, and they're going to buy Greenland, and it's going to be called Trump Land.
But it's covered in ice. Why would you want it?
Yeah, and then he's going to donate it to the United States and be a fucking hero for eternity. That's what I believe is going to happen.
Why would you want Greenland, though?
It's a strategic military advantage to have Greenland.
There's also a ton of natural resources on Greenland.
That too. Yeah.
Could you imagine being stationed in Greenland? Fuck you.
I wouldn't do it. I'll be retired.
Could you imagine living in Canada?
Canada's not as bad as Greenland. There's a whole area of Canada that you can survive. It's not ice 24/7, 365.
Yeah, there's like one town in very northern Arctic part of Canada where people like live somehow.
Supposedly, like more than 50% of all of Canada's population live technically more south than the most northern part of
that
mainland of America.
They all live close to the border, our border. There's like literally a town maybe up north, far north, where the water's edge is at.
I've seen there's a couple where you actually have to just ride those. You gotta ride the
ice roads.
What the fuck are those big ass vehicles with the giant tires, like snow tires and stuff up there, like the snowcats or whatever the hell they are? That's how they get like large things up to that town.
Yeah,
and then snowmobiles, obviously.
Man's playing Risk. Yeah, that's what would happen. What would happen is if Canada and Texas seceded from the nation, we would just take it back militarily. That's what would happen. Because there's no way. There's zero way. Because what would happen is the military would pull from Texas and California into other states. They would be removed from them. And then we would go back and say, you know what? Give it. We want it back. And they would just take it back. That's what would happen.
Okay, so Canada is a commonwealth of the crown, right?
Yeah.
What if we bought that commonwealth? They became a commonwealth of America.
Isn't that what they were talking about doing? Something similar to that? Like,
No, I think he was talking about straight up taking over and saying y'all are the 51st state, but it would technically probably be like 60 states, the 60th state.
it would become a territory, kind of like Guam or Puerto Rico, or, it would become a territory of the United States.
Is a territory and a commonwealth different? I mean, I know they're similar, but
I don't know. There are differences, yes. Representation in Congress. Commonwealths have the same rights as the states, whereas territories do not. Commonwealths have a greater degree of self-governance and may have different political arrangements, so self-governance. Representation in Congress. Commonwealths have a slightly more developed relationship with the U.S. and have the same representation in Congress as states, while territories do not. So maybe a commonwealth. Maybe they will start as a territory and may perhaps become a commonwealth where they have representation. I mean, he did say that he wanted that weirdo to be the governor of Canada.
I'm so glad that dude's gone, dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, is he officially gone? I knew he stepped down, but I think that he was staying until they
elect somebody else.
No, they had to appoint somebody else, not elect somebody else. The
Prime Minister?
Yeah, he's what the Democratic Party of their country has to appoint his replacement.
Well, I mean,
they vote still.
Right now, it doesn't affect us, so who gives a fuck?
It's not a voting time, though.
Yeah, I don't know. Not sure.
The Canadians hate him, but
the vice prime minister. Oh.
I don't know. I don't keep other shit outside of our country unless it's war.
Yeah. All right. Well,
that's Trudeau.
Trudeau.
That's Trudeau.
Good one. Rebel's funny as fuck. I don't know if you guys know this, but he's pretty fucking funny.
He's got a one-liner every so often until you get a fact check him.
Pretty fucking funny. It's still funny.
Bro, but my fact checks have been... I'm on the winning end on those.
Lately,
I'm at least 70%.
I would give lately I will give you that the fact checks have been there.
I think he's learned to back himself up with
historically. I don't know if you're quite a 50-50 yet.
I think he's over 50-50 now.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's at 50.4 now. Okay.
I think lately it's been more than not.
That's why I say lately.
Yeah,
but I'm
lately.
saying like since we had to do the Rebel fact check.
I think if you were talking about all the fact checks all combined together in a point system, he's probably well over 50%.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm at the low end, like at 70 at least, but I'm probably up there in the 90s.
I don't know if we can even check that.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know about no 90s.
No. You're probably sitting I would give you anywhere between 55 and 60.
Well, you can go
4.95%.
69% factual.
64.95. That's what I'm going with.
See, I cover my ass and I'll be like, this is what I heard. I don't know if it's true or not.
You could say, in my opinion.
I cover myself.
That's what you've started doing recently.
Yeah.
You used to not do that.
Yeah.
He's right
True.
70% of the time, 100% of the time.
Yeah,
Yes.
60% of the time it works every time.
You know, and
They say that about Viagra too.
97% of statistics are made up on the spot.
Something like that.
Depends on if they have government influence or not.
Let's see.
No, that's not
What
100% of the time. Then.
what percentage of statistics are 79.48% of statistics are made up on the spot.
I was close.
No fact checked.
Bureau of Made Up Statistics.com. That's a
Now
website.
you're at 69.4999999%.
Yeah.
Repeating, of course.
Fuck. All right. You guys trying to call this thing or what? We calling it?
Yeah, because I'm in Tuna's spot. I gotta piss, and
All right.
I'm not gonna.
Let's get the
Well, there's no TikTok out of me because of the fucking
let's get the hell out
fart
of
that I
here.
just
Then.
ripped while I was peeing. So
Let's get the hell out of here. Then.
All right.
All right.
Love y'all.
Love y'all.
picture? No?
Bye.
Okay.
All right. Bye.